lot of great apples. Yeah, a lot of good, excellent apples. This irresistible offer we offer a free room of carpet cleaning. So
Make sure they're still quacking.
yeah, it's still quacking, so we get all our ducks in a row. Oh, chaos is down there.
Welcome to the Venture into Moving podcast with your higgity host, Nate Becker. That's me.
All right, well, welcome to the Venture into Business podcast. My name's Nate. This is Tim. And today we're going to go through what it's really like to pull the carpet back and dive deep into starting your own business and doing your own venture. So I hope you're excited about it.
Oh man, I'm really been waiting for this. Can't wait. Yeah.
Sweet. So we're going to discuss what it's like to start a business, what it's like to work with family, what it's like to get your name out there in the community, and what you do all about it. So without any further ado, Tim Copsey, Healthy Carpet Care, let's rock and roll.
Hey, that sounds great, man. I love it. Yeah. Well, I basically come from a architectural background. I went actually to school over here in COCC for architectural drafting. And,
How long does that take?
Well, it's actually only for doing that. It's just like a 2-year program. Then I kind of moved around a little bit. I kind of messed around in San Diego for about a year, and then I moved over to the San Jose South Bay area. And then I was working at a firm there, and I found out I thought I had a great opportunity because apparently you don't need to get a 5-year degree to get your license for being a licensed architect. Unfortunately, long story short, 2008 recession happened, and I lost my job like a lot of people.
Yep.
And then I was just kind of scrambling to kind of take any kind of job I could in the Bay Area. Probably people that maybe know the Bay Area. It's very expensive down there.
Yeah, it is.
And so then I just kind of put my head together and said, this is just not making any sense. I'm not going anywhere with this. So I'm like, well, my dad is up here in Bend, Oregon, Tim Copsey, and his carpet cleaning company he started in 2005 called Copsey's Carpet Cleaning, his last name. Mm-hmm. And so I said, I'm going to just go up here and help learn how to be an entrepreneur, how to grow a business, connect with the community, network, learn marketing, and give him a retirement plan and then me a new career. So I came up here in 2012 and I started working with them. And then I met somebody, some people may know about, Joel Cohen. He now has a different company, Blue Mountain Design. But he used to do what we do.
He was a carpet guy?
He used to he used to have a carpet cleaning company.
Idea.
And he introduced me to a person named Joe Polish, who has a company called Piranha Marketing. He also runs another company called Genius Network.
Is it the Polish Homes guy?
No, it's not that. No, it's kind of like, think about toe polish, but take the toe out and put the Joe in. Yeah, so he has, just real quick, I want to just plug him because I've learned a lot about direct response marketing, about how to put a message out there and give an irresistible offer to someone that's going to get really excited about that. They got to pick the phone up and give us a try.
I'd love to go into that in more detail later on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so he has basically 3 podcasts. One he does with Dean Jackson called I Love Marketing, and also another one called The Joe Polish Show, and then another one he does with Dan Sullivan called 10X Your Business. 10X something. You can probably just type it in 10X.
You'll find Grant Cadone if you just do 10X though.
Yeah, so it's probably 10X with Joe Polish and Dan Sullivan, something like that. Yeah. So always getting a lot of knowledge from that. So I just wanted to just kind of break down what we really are about. What we a couple of years back changed our company name. Instead of Copsey's, we thought, egos aside, it's not really about us. It's not about our image. It's just about let our work speak for us and test drive the car before you buy it.
Was it scary?
It was like, because not really, we still focus on homeowners that are their families, they have kids and pets. And at first I'm just like, well, we're going to be going to meeting a lot of people, and I'm not sure if we're going to meet a lot of bad apples. Fortunately, this area that we're in, Central Oregon, there's just a lot of smiling faces.
A lot of good apples.
A lot of great apples. Yeah, a lot of good, excellent apples. And we decided we wanted to change our company name to Healthy Carpet Care. So now,
the new name. I mean, Copsey's, that's one thing. That's his family name, but Healthy Carpet Care, that says exactly what you do. I mean, it's a no-brainer to have that as your new namer. I like it. I like your choice a lot.
We've been getting some feedback recently too, where some people say, well, I'm not really sure if I should use you, but then I decided to use you because you have the first word in your company name is healthy. That's why I hire you. So we're getting feedback like that from people. I wanted to point out that what makes us different than other carpet cleaners is we establish trust right off the bat. What I mean is, specifically, we offer this irresistible offer we offer a free room of carpet cleaning. So it's not like we're going to clean a spot here and you can see, oh, it's dark here and it's clean here. We're going to do the entire room.
Dang.
So that you
like
can
the
see
smallest room in the house, or
no, it's we have a limit, so we don't go over 200 square feet. Then we kind of have to quote a price out from there. But it's we're not going to pick like the smallest room in the house. So we're going to do an entire room up to 200 square feet to demonstrate our thorough cleaning process from start to finish. And then we have a solid money back guarantee with our services. And what that means is when we're all done and the job's done, and any spots, no matter how big, how small, come back up, we will come and touch it up for free. Okay. Then at the very end of the day, if they felt like they didn't get the most thorough cleaning, they didn't have a fantastic experience, whatever the case may be, we refund all their money back to them.
I bet you that you never have to refund the money.
We only, I think I can only remember one time, and that was years ago. It was because of a lady. And then there's that's why we also, what's super crucial that we do is we do a free evaluation before we do the job. That way the price is out there. We get to answer any questions, concerns they have. We have a digital, laser measuring device that measures the square feet. We charge by the square feet. And so then we give them the written quote, and then, hey, yay or nay, they'll think about it, no problem. There's no obligation when it comes to us. We just are here to walk them through the process step by step. So all the cards are on the table. Everyone knows what to expect. And then we perform the job from there.
So let me get this straight. So you and your dad already had a carpet cleaning company. You came up, I guess, from the Bay Area, and you guys switched your name out. So what's it like in those early years, and B, working with family, and C, do you have any other employees, or is it just you two?
Right now it's just me and my father, Ken.
So what was it like in the early years with you and your dad getting it done?
I think it was getting to know our behaviors, our communication, how we just get along, how we can work as one unit. And I think we kind of bounced around a couple of times with, this is his way of doing it, this is my way of doing it. And, nothing's perfect, right? Occasionally we butt some heads and stuff, but for the most part, we always worked really good. We get each other. We really are on the same team. And throughout, from the early years all the way, but now to where we're at now, we've never been more of a tighter, on the same page team members for what we do.
So how do you split responsibilities? Like what does he do? What do you do? What do you guys do together, and how do you decide?
That's great. We all have our own roles within the company. His role is he's the one who answers the phone. He's the one who schedules the jobs. That's what he's great at.
He likes doing it?
He does, yeah. Especially when he gets excited because work is coming in. My role is the marketing. My role is the network.
That's how I met you.
And that's how we met. Yeah, at Ben Business Networking. Yeah, love it. I'm in year 2, and just been a lot of awesome people at the top of their game. But so for me, it's all of that. It's the communicating with people. Me and Ken both love doing our free carpet evaluations. We do air duct cleaning as well, so we do free air duct evaluations as well.
How do you evaluate air ducts? Aren't they like in the wall?
Yeah, right. You can't see it, right? Carpet you can see, it's right in front of you.
You just look at it.
With ducts, it's out of sight, out of mind. Well, what we do is we'll just go to a couple of the like floor registers, for example, and just take them off, the plates off.
Make sure they're still quacking?
Yeah, it's still quacking, so we get all our ducks in a row. So really it's just opening them up and looking at whatever debris and chaos is down there. And then we have a couple of 20-second videos, one of me performing what we call is the ram air system, that is forced air that blasts all that debris out of the register, but it doesn't get into the house. And so we have kind of like a 20-second video where we show the person at the evaluation what that looks like and
So what happens to that stuff? It blows outside, or
No, we have a thing called a vacuum box. It's a clear box that has LED lights, and we have the air compressor tank that's hooked to this hose that has a blaster ball. It has a couple of holes on it that blasts at a 45 angle, and we're able to get that into the duct up to 20 feet. And then we pull it back so it's not blasting into the other registers. It's only the one that we have it covered. So it's coming towards me, for example.
Okay.
We also have a vacuum hose that's linked to it. And so once the blaster ball is done doing its thing, we shut that valve off and then take the box and then get the hose and take it back into that duct to pick up any of the heavy stuff, any bulky things that the air blast wasn't able to blast out of there. So that whole, and then that goes into a vacuum tank. So everything at the end of the day is contained and nothing gets into the house.
so you're not polluting the house or polluting the outdoors and your neighbors.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and then we just, one last thing to add to that, we do that with every register. So we'll start at one part of the house and do the register after register to complete a full circle. And then we have a couple of other things after that, including the most important thing is getting the lint out of the dryer vent pipe.
Oh, yeah.
So that's usually, it exits through the side of the house. Sometimes it exits through the roof, depending on, like if they have units upstairs, then we're able to service it from the inside. So that's a little bit more involved, but, again, we were able to pretty much take care of any type of dryer vent and get that lit out because it could be a serious fire hazard.
I was going to say,
in case
probably a fire
you don't
hazard.
get that done. And we really recommend getting that done once a year. For ducts, getting just the registers cleaned out, maybe every 3 to 5. It doesn't have to be as often.
Even in Central Oregon?
Even in Central Oregon, yeah. Even with how dusty this area is. And of course, unfortunately, the fires that we get in the summer.
Yeah, no
with
doubt.
the smoke, yeah.
I've seen a lot of people online advertising their air duct cleaning business, and I've seen that maybe a lot of those are scams. Have you seen that? Because the people I talk to, they say air duct cleaning is a scam. It doesn't need to get done. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I say just open your register and look inside, see how clean or how unclean it is.
You ever see anything real weird in there, like a shoe or a mouse or like their cat they lost?
I one time saw a pair of underwear.
Of course. Of course. Yeah. How the heck does that even get in there?
And then usually a lot of things from just like, I don't know, pine needle debris to, dead insects. In fact, there was one job we just did where they were hearing mice running around in
I was
those
going to ask about
ducts.
rodents.
But the thing is, we had an exterminator to handle that. So we have a company, and sometimes they might know their own exterminators.
And you better hope they don't exterminate them in the duct work, right?
Make sure that they get them out and exterminate them, exactly. And so that's what happened. They took, it was 2 properties this person was managing, and they were able to eliminate all of that. So the mice were now gone, and then we were able to just come and do a follow-up air duct clean. So that was the way it worked out for that instance.
I love it. And so those are your 2 main things. You don't do anything else. You do carpets and you do ducts.
Yeah, but within the carpet cleaning, we do also area rugs. We do upholstery. There are some exceptions, but when we go on that free carpet evaluation, we can tell them if this is a fabric we can clean or not.
What about drapes?
We don't do drapes,
Okay.
but we do tile. We do tile and grout cleaning. We also do grout resealing too. That's another service.
That seems like a whole different ball game.
Yeah. There's not so much tile up here than maybe Arizona or maybe Southern California, but occasionally we get those that we're able to do that. We also do, this is critical, there's so many pets up here, a lot of dogs. Everyone loves their dogs.
Yep.
And cats. We do a special deodorization service where we got a fluorescent light with these UV glasses that we're able to pinpoint wherever the accidents are, because the pets ain't going to tell you what they've been up to, right? And a lot of times the owners are just unaware, but then we're able to shine the light, and then it'll just brighten up like a Christmas tree. And then we have the correct enzyme spray that neutralizes that odor. So that's what we call it our deodorization service.
I heard word on the street that you have a 3P policy.
Yeah, the 3 Ps. Thanks for asking about that. It's connected with pets, and it is pee, puke, and poop.
Oof.
We take care of all of that.
The best.
But the biggest thing about that, the critical thing we just want to make clear is timing is everything. So if your pet peed, puked, or pooped yesterday or a couple hours ago, give us a call. We'll come out and get that taken care of. But if it's been 3 weeks, it's going to be a lot harder to get that stuff out.
Or if like when they order a carpet cleaning and you guys move the couch and you look underneath there, like, oh, there's 3 P's right here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to have to, you throw extra enzymes. What do you do?
Well, part of our process, first of all, is we always do a pre-vacuum with a upright HEPA filter vacuum. Get all the dry stuff out, just thoroughly vacuum everything, and then we'll apply that deodorization enzyme. And so sometimes if it's a bad situation where there's just a lot in the room, we're going to just do an overspray of the entire room. But most of the time it's just where there's a spot there, we'll just kind of zap that with the enzyme spray, zap that. And then we'll start our carpet cleaning process, which starts with a preconditioner that sprays on. It loosens up all the oils, particulate soils. And then we go with a hot water extraction process with our titanium wand that has a big high-powered vacuum suction with the pressure line. So it's literally washing the carpets, sucking everything out. That gets it not 100% dry at first, but it gets it in the dampening stage. That usually takes overnight, and then it's dry the next day. So
I feel like you're explaining this already, but let me make sure. Tell me about your 9-step cleaning process. Are you talking about that already?
Yeah. I was touching on some of the important parts of it, but I mean all the parts are important. But yeah, I'll just go through it. So the first thing we do is we apply these these plastic corner guards, because when we get the hoses in, it's going to prevent scuffing the walls.
Corner guards?
Yeah, they're kind of like about this high, and they are used to just place right on the wall where there's like a corner. So
like a foot tall?
Yeah, it's like a foot tall. And they have adjustable leaves, if you will, so that if you're going upstairs and you got to hang a left, then it adapts to that and it's not going to fall down.
Kind of like what grandma has in her garden for a hose, so her hose doesn't kind of trample her begonias or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. So it's not going to scuff any like valuable vases or end tables or anything like that.
Smart.
Chairs, and it protects all.
Is that common, or that seems like a really cool thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other carpet cleaners are doing, but I don't think a lot maybe take that extra care.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's what we do at Healthy Carpet Care.
Yeah.
That's part of the care. Then we do the pre-vacuuming with a HEPA filter. We get that done first, and then we bring in the precondition, what I was talking about, where we apply that spray that loosens all of its soils and oils. And then we do the hot water extraction cleaning process. That's literally washing the carpets out and then sucking all of that stuff up. And we have a truck mount, gas-powered hot water extraction machine. That's the number one that people know about. Shaw Manufacturing, they recommend.
And it's in your van? All that's in your van?
All of it is in our van, yeah.
Nice.
Everything that we pull up to the driveway, and we have it all, yeah.
Just out of that Econoline, right?
What was that?
Is that an Econoline van you guys have, or just like a?
It's
like a 16-passenger van or 12-passenger.
Oh,
van?
I think it's like the Chevy Express. So I think it's a smaller version. Yeah, right. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, and all we need is to make sure that that house has water running, so we can just plug it. We have 100 feet of water line, and then we plug to the faucet, and then we're ready to go. And then so all that being said, now let's fast forward after we're done cleaning the carpet. Each room then we'll put a blower fan. So that really speeds up the drying time it takes.
Yeah.
And so we do that. So each room that gets done, then we place the fan. Right before we do the fan, we also have a carpet rake that grooms the carpet so that the fibers go back straight up. And that also speeds the time it takes for it to dry. And it looks a lot more better, presentable, and like new. And then we just pack everything back up, and we're not done yet, because we actually have a little after gift thing we do, kind of like that after dinner mint at a restaurant.
Okay.
And we give them a few pairs of shoe covers, disposable. That way they can walk on their carpet all they want. They don't need to go stay at a hotel and come back the next day.
Okay.
We try to make everything convenient. We also have a free spotter that we give them that really works well. Whenever you spill anything and you get right on it. The big key about that is never scrub. Always, blot with a cloth. Yeah. Because you would think you want to really get it out of there.
Yeah.
But it just going to spread more than soak it out.
All right, Tim, I'm going to tell you something real quick. So yesterday, I was having a beer, watching TV, and something exciting happened, and I forgot I had a beer in my hand, and I just dumped the beer on the carpet. What I do, I went there and I got a rag and I scrubbed. So now that you just said that, I'm having a flashback to yesterday when I should have just blotted.
Just blot, yeah. And you know what? Good with a rule of thumb too. Just start with just regular water, and then just it's really simple instructions on the spotter. Just follow steps 1 through 3, and then repeat as necessary. And then we also recommend then get it with some clean water again, and just kind of dilute that out as depending on how big, of course, the spill is. So.
Yeah. So you said you have 100% money back guarantee, and people aren't just taking advantage of that. They're not just saying, "Hey, this is a dumb carpet clean. Give me my money back."
No, we've never had that happen.
That's awesome.
They've never had that happen.
That's a fear of mine as a business owner, saying if 100% money back guarantee, and I would have the fear that people would try and take advantage of that. But,
oh, by the way, I forgot to end the story that I was talking about with that one exception where we did do the money back guarantee, but it was for a couch. And the thing was this. The thing was that we always tell people as well that, like especially people haven't had a cleaning service in years, that the caveat about the, spots come back up, we'll touch up for free. But if that spot, we will tell them there's no guarantee that we're 100% going to get this out. But most likely we're going to really be able to improve it. So in this case, there was a couch she was wanting to sell, and we were able to clean everything out of there except for one little spot that was just some kind of permanent that we just couldn't get out. And she was just saying, well, I was going to sell it for this much, but this person wanted a huge discount because of that spot, and I'm going to lose money on it. And go, you know what? We will give you your money right back to you. And she was so beyond thrilled. She did not expect that. So
good.
That was about the only time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we live in Central Oregon where you can't escape what you've done. I mean, everyone, if you do something good or if you do something bad, the town's going to know about it. And the town's going to know a lot faster if you don't follow your word. So that's a good
I think
one.
especially with technology, with search engine, with Google reviews,
Or Yelp.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
And we all got our phones,
Yep.
I mean, it's like back in the 90s, it used to just be a phone, but now it's like a whole computer connected to the net, and it's so quick to say, well, I'm going to type a review right now.
Yep. Well, speaking of customers, like how do you actually win a customer in this market? What's your process to go from someone who has no idea who you are to now they're your customer?
Well, I think it goes back to letting our work do the talking for us. I believe really in 3 subcategories of the biggest thing. I think that it's like you were just saying, it's about establishing the trust. And the first thing is that's why our free home evaluations are so crucial, because it's all about us showing up, dressed professionally, big smiles, and really taking time to really listen to what's their concern. It's all about what it is about them. It's about not how we can help them understand what we do. It's how they can be understood about whatever issues they're having, from, oh, I can't stand that spot, or this smell, it's just horrible, it's driving me nuts. And whatever the concern is. And then being aware of our surroundings so that we don't bump into anything that's priceless. That, for example, with the corner guards, the hoses aren't going to knock something over or scuff the walls. And it's about, we have each other's back, and we always almost have like having eyes in the back of our head.
Yeah.
And so we really take the extra care to understand what the issue is and how we can solve that for them. And then to be aware of our surroundings, and also to, again, let that 9-step process, let them see what it is they do, so they can see what their carpets look like before, what it looked like when we were done. And, I feel like it's like getting your hair cut. When you leave that barber or that salon, you feel like a new person. We want them to feel the same way.
I just left Wilder Lux.
Yeah, I'm actually on my way there after this. So I'll be even more sharp looking.
Exactly. Go from handsome to, oh my goodness, is this Brad Pitt I'm talking to? So you're the marketer. What's your approach in business like this? How do you do your special sauce? What is your special sauce in marketing? I just asked you how you get your customers, and it's your word and your brand speaks for itself. But how do you market that to people?
I think it's really, we were blessed to be we still are clients of Piranha Marketing, and we just utilize how they communicate that message of an irresistible offer, reasons why to use us, people that you should be aware of to not hire, and just really give them an education about that they could really have the confidence that they're going to go, well, they're not going to be like, oh, I wish I never hired him. They're not going to have any regrets. So I guess a lot of it is just, giving them a couple of bullet point reasons why to hire us.
Education.
And just, and it's actually through we have a little pamphlet called the Consumer Awareness Guide that Joe Polish put together. So the great thing is that they've done a lot of that marketing for us. We just take it and apply it and say it in our own way of how we approach the way we communicate that to then get in front of the client and then go from there with our evaluation to start the entire, what I like to call not one unit in business, but 3 units. Before, what we do to get in front of the client, what we do during, and what we do after to give like after unit gifts. So it's the before unit, the during unit, and the after unit. So just go, for example, sending thank you cards.
Yeah.
Or we have a newsletter a physical newsletter that comes in the mail. It doesn't have to do with carpet cleaning. It has trivia facts that you can call in and get like a free coffee card, a gift card, and just like history, recipes and stuff. But it just keeps us engaged so that they can use this again and again and again.
What about the internet? That's been a thing for a minute now. Do you guys use Facebook, Nextdoor, any of that kind of stuff?
We stick with organic Google SEO search.
Okay.
Combined with a little AI now that is going on right now. We have an excellent SEO company. They're called Kill It Online. We got to know them from Piranha Marketing. So that is that networking again.
Of course.
And it took a couple of months. We realized it takes time to get that going.
Oh, yeah.
But they all have a terrific team. They know how to set up the right foundations with the algorithms to do things the right way and to not tick Google off and do things the wrong way and get penalized, right?
No.
And last month, June, we got our first positive return on our investment with that. So it's now paying off. So
yeah.
I feel like you want to have a good, happy relationship, if you will, or marriage with offline marketing, from sending, like a sales letter in the mail or a flyer on the door, to online marketing.
So you guys don't do social media?
Not yet, but we are looking to start branching into that. We just wanted to wait for the investment to return and to be getting jobs and stuff like that. What they're doing too is 2 things. Prospects will either call the main number because they saw us on Google, or they go to our website and we have a form right there on the page where it's just easy to fill out your info, and it connects right to my email that I check daily. And then I email them back, and then that's another way that we start to.
What's your website?
It is healthycarpetcare.com.
Oh.
Or you can just go on Google and say Healthy Carpet Care Bend, Oregon or something, and then you'll find us really easily.
Find it easy as pie. Well, I mean, everyone I talk to, I always recommend get on social media and show your social proof on social media. At Higher Ground Moving, and what I do, I get a job a week from social media, but I put 5 or 6 videos a day up on social media. I'm always posting, and I'm getting in front of real estate agents. I'm getting in front of people, and just kind of showing what we do, introducing the team.
Yeah.
I found that really helps kind of humanize what we do.
One thing we're starting to do now, it's new too, we just set up a YouTube channel. And now we're going to start taking videos. Of course, always asking for the client's permission, of course.
Yeah.
But take some videos of all the things that we do. And then we can send it over to our SEO team. And then they can start putting it in the appropriate places. The other thing that's really cool we have is we have a QR code right on our phone. So at the end, they can scan it and then hit the button, and takes them right to the Google review page. And we've been really upping our Google reviews. And we're finding that's really huge too. And I know you've had incredible success with that. I'd like to pick your brain at some point.
Yeah, I mean, about that. What we do with our Google reviews is, we have 4, 5, 6 crews out a day, and each crew has what it looks like a business card with a QR code and also simple instructions on how to find us on Google to leave a review. And I ask, like, hey, if we did a good job, I asked the crew leader to ask the homeowner, hey, if we did a good job, can you snap a picture of us? Snap. And then the crew leader writes down the crew's name. And if we can get a photo with the crew by name, that shows, hey, like, Nate, Steve, and Fred, they're the best movers we ever had. Here's a picture of them smiling. Here's a picture of them holding our dog.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of them in front of our house. Like, it really shows that these are great employees. And if they're getting named over and over again, someone's going to call up and say, I want Steve on my job big time. And we get that all the time. Our lead guy.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That could be a great model for us when we start to hire team members.
Well, once you start expanding and having more people.
And expanding,
sure. Yeah. So how do you make sure the team lives up to the reputation? So you and your dad, how do you make sure that you live up to, I mean, you promise the world is what it seems like, 100% money back guarantee, free this, free that. How do you live up to it?
Well, we just do what we say we're going to do. I mean, it's kind of as simple as that, really. It's like, do what you promise you're going to do. Deliver on the promise. And so far, we haven't had anybody say, well, you haven't delivered. I want my money back. So
it's just simple. It's just simple as that.
And it's only once in a while. It really is as simple as that. And I think it's probably as simple as that because right now we're just so small. It's just the two of us. So it's like we just kind of know what the other one's thinking. So we're, like I said, we're kind of like one unit, one kind of force that it's just we do everything that we set out to do, and we only here and there once in a while they like go, hey, can you come back and touch this up? And we do, absolutely we do that, but it doesn't really happen too often. We usually are able to get it, which is our goal, to get the job done the right way the first time, so we don't have to come back.
To me, as an outsider, it seems like your business is like a jack in the box right now. So you guys have been turning the key, turning and building your business, getting ready to expand, and I feel like it's any moment that you're gonna just pop up and expand. So
you know what? I like how you brought that up. I'm feeling that too.
Right?
Yeah, I'm feeling, and it's going to be that time where I go, these are the company goals. These are the profit goals we were going to set out. And I felt like we set all these foundations from online marketing, networking, Ben Business Networking, and other events with like the local chambers that I think now things are going to start actually just growing. And yeah.
And how many years again? Remind me how many years it's been Healthy Carpet Care?
I would say probably Healthy Carpet Care, probably been around at least 5-6 years now.
Okay. So you're springing that jack coming up. So what's been the hardest part, the singular hardest part of growing and doing the work? Because you're getting ready to explode. What's been the hardest part?
I think I would say the hardest part was me and Ken not being on the same page to really see the same vision.
So you're talking year one and type of stuff.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But especially I want to say in the last 2 years, the biggest investment marketing step we did was hiring this SEO team. And
they're not cheap.
They're not cheap. They are not, no, they are not cheap. And we were blessed that we were able to get a couple of business loans to really just kind of get us going. And now it's starting to pay off. And Ken, he's the money guy, the budget man, and some people don't always like the budget man of the company. But for the longest time, he's just like, no, that's too much. But he was able to see the vision, and the SEO team was able to help us both realize it. And I'm realizing that with anybody that's on your team, when you get any of these consultants you have, when you get everybody together, then it's so much easier for everybody to have the same vivid vision and be on the same page. And in the last 2 years, me and Ken have been on the same page like never before. So I'm very proud of him for being able to have the courage to understand that it's always a calculated risk when you invest in a business. I need that business right now, but just to know that, there's a lot of things you're going to get on the front end, but there's a lot of things you're going to get down the road on the back end.
Yeah, I mean, starting is the hardest part a lot of times.
Oh, big time, yeah.
So do you have any horror stories or major fails that you can talk about? That you warn people?
I will say one, and I'll just say it like this. I basically, anybody that still likes doing Craigslist, no judgment at all.
I'll judge.
Okay.
Boo.
Yeah. Okay. Boo. Well, we were doing it was a marketing piece letter called the 3-sequence flyer, and it's a sales letter. It's about 1 or 2 pages, and it's in a blank white envelope, and there's nothing on it. And we hire people to go to the neighborhoods that we're targeting and put it in the door. And we've hired people. We have hired people in the past that have worked out pretty good. We got pretty good ROI from that. The last one though, he was a nightmare because I think he was getting really frustrated doing that. And he wanted to actually tell us he didn't understand his role. Maybe we didn't communicate that well to him, that he was just there to do one thing, to walk down neighborhoods, put it in the door, nothing else. But he wanted to change up the letter, and it got things really complicated. And then finally, he kind of really snapped and barked at me via text and said, "I'm done with this, and you guys this and that." And I go, "Okay, well, we're done here." And then he said, "Okay, I'll give the stuff to you, and I just, give me what you owe me." And that was that. But I got to tell you, I had a few sleepless nights because I was just worried that this guy might be unstable and might, I don't know, go crazy on me or something. And I actually had to talk to, I got a little, had a little bit of counseling for a bit that gave me some good tools of how to kind of be able to say, you know what, you're fine, and we're going to move on, and we're just not going to do that kind of hiring in the future.
At Higher Ground Moving, we've hired and fired well over 100 people.
Really?
Well over.
Wow.
And,
I mean, this was just one person for me, but okay.
And I have horror stories, a lot of horror stories about the people we've hired, because we do thorough background checks, we do everything. But just because someone has a clean background check doesn't mean they're actually a good person. And we try to to sniff out the good and the bad people, but maybe after this is over, and we're not going to say it online, but I got a few warnings.
Okay, yeah. Well, and I just been sticking with what Joe Polish says. This one line that I will always, do my best to do when we get into a position to hire team members is slow to hire, quick to fire.
That's a good one.
Slow to hire, quick to fire. Slow to hire, quick to fire. It's a short sentence, but it's so important.
As a mover, and we are oftentimes desperate to hire. So the times that we are quick to hire always bite us in the patootie.
Okay.
Almost always. Sometimes we get a gem that comes through.
Once in a while.
But if we're slow to hire and quick to fire, that's much better. When we find ourselves being quick to hire and slow to fire, that's like putting bad apples into the stew. You're bobbing for apples and you got 4 or 5 rotten ones in there. You don't want to bite that.
No, no, absolutely not. Yeah.
So, with that in mind, have you ever, with Healthy Carpet Care, have you ever thought to yourself, I'm tearing up my shirt, I quit, this is too hard, I'm going to be an architect again. I can't do this anymore.
That's a great question. I think I've had frustrating moments where I'm like, I'm just not making the money.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pointless. What is this marketing even working?
Yeah.
And then I just really thought about it, and there was one thing, and another thing that somebody, his name was Timothy Paulson, and he worked a lot with Joe Polish in the Piranha marketing, and he's an artist. One thing he loves doing is painting. And he says, a business can be like a painting. When it's half done, it's just going to look terrible. But it's only because it's half done. But when it's completed and it's done, then it's a beautiful masterpiece. So I'm thinking about this business like that. Now, right now, we're still, like you said, we were turning the wheels. We're halfway done with the painting. The only thing that we have to make sure we don't do is quit.
Yeah,
and stop.
It's a lot easier to appreciate the brush strokes in retrospect, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As you're doing them, it's like, this is getting hard, my elbow hurts.
Yeah.
When the painting's over, you go, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that Rembrandt, baby.
I can see myself there.
Yeah.
I really can see myself there. And I think that's part of what you do when you set goals, when you have a vision, and you just start going and getting after it.
Take a little left turn. So people who are watching this on the YouTube or social medias, you can kind of see that we're in a band type room. And this is kind of for a reason. You're a drummer?
I am. Yeah, I do. I play drums. I sing a little as well. I love doing harmonies with other vocalists
right
too.
On.
And this is kind of our little humble place that we are able to rock it out. My dad is also a musician, probably where I do my marketing, where I do the, kind of the business tasks that you do every day.
Does that help kind of escape from work? Or are you able to also, because you're a networker, are you able to use this room or your joys of singing and drumming and all that? Are you able to use that to help grow your business at all or build your network?
I'll tell you exactly what I'm using right now. And it's not this, actually. Excuse me. I literally did this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's me getting in my car, leaving my phone at the house, or take the phone with you and shut it off.
Yeah.
But in this case, yesterday, I left my phone. I got in my car. We're in the Bend, Oregon area. But I took my car and I went east to Powell Butte in the Badlands.
Okay.
And I just
Love it out
went
there.
there and I just loved it. I felt like I got away from everybody and everything. I was able, while I'm driving, there was nothing, I didn't have any appointments, nothing scheduled, nothing was going on. I
Just
had all
you and your brain.
me and my brain. I had all the time in the world. And then all of a sudden I start getting all of these goals, all of these thoughts and other to-do things that I had. I got better clarity on how to get them done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was able to get those things done. And I would not have gotten any of those things done yesterday if I didn't go out to the Badlands. So maybe for other people, it's not doing that. It's doing something else. But find out where your Badlands are.
Yeah.
Find out where you can escape to just be yourself and be with your own thoughts and see what those thoughts can, what ideas and where those things then can take you. So.
Yeah, I like to go by myself, just me and out of cell phone service. So even if I have my cell phone, I'm 39. I can't leave my neighborhood without my cell phone now. I don't know. I get lost immediately. But if I like to go out in the woods, out of cell phone service with my notepad and sit there in silence, and eventually my brain will just start flooding with ideas, and I gotta get them written down. And that's one of the main ways that I'm able to push my business forward is
what I like. I don't know what it is with me in writing. I don't know why. I just, maybe my whole thing is like, it's, I didn't write it this way, or I didn't write it the right way, or like I got to erase it. I don't know. It might be that kind of OCD thing with me. But what I love on my phone is the note app.
Yeah.
And then I can just dictate,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just get all my thoughts out on that, and it's just so ridiculously easy.
It's important to do that too.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give someone starting their own service business from scratch?
Well, I would say start first, of course, know your craft. We actually got our certification, so we know what we're doing. We know how to properly inspect carpet. We know how to diagnose whatever issue is and how to solve it using the right safe solutions, effective solutions, the right types of tools, and the right types of knowledge. But I'd say the very next thing, start to learn direct response marketing. Start even, because the I Love Marketing podcast, they date back maybe 15 years. I think they started up in 2010. Dean Jackson, Joe Polish. Start episode 1 and just start retaining, learn what you can. They also have all the episodes transcribed, so you can just print those out. Start with that. The Joe Polish Show, that's another one. 10X Talk, that's kind of more where you're really thinking really big, where your business is making X amount, you want to 10X that amount. But I still highly recommend it. But so know your craft, start with marketing, and just start learning as much as you can. And I feel like marketing and networking go really hand in hand. If it's like you said, service, so it's local. I think it's all about reaching out and getting to know your community, from going to your local chamber events, going to county fairs, having the courage to get out. And maybe it's easier for some and harder for others. I mean, it was never easy for me too, but to just have the courage to go, hey, you know what? I'm going to start shaking some hands. I'm going to start some relationships. I'm going to show people what I'm about and what I can do and what makes me. I think it's all about unique ability. What makes me really different? What's my own version of how I can not just be like any other carpet cleaner out there. We're all the same. No, we're not. We have our own personal healthy care that we care for. You're going to get the best cleaning that you've ever had, or it's free. That's actually what's on our, it's our benefit statement that's on our website. It's on our van, and that's going back to the money back guarantee.
So everything you're saying, it says you need to be the best at what you do. You can't have another carpet company know more than you. You can't be the second most knowledgeable person when it comes to duvet covers or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what a duvet is. But you're saying you the most important thing is to be a master of your craft. And you also said that networking is extra key as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of starting to wrap this up a little bit, but I'd love if you talked about Ben Business Networking or any other networking groups that you've been a part of, and if you recommend that to other people and why.
Well, I would highly recommend Ben Business Networking. I mean, I was so impressed. What I like about this group, they meet every Wednesday at 7:30, and they only go for an hour. I used to be a part of another group that went for an hour and a half, and that extra half hour you save is so huge. And I was in a group that had half the member. I think we're almost at 40 members now.
40 members.
Yeah. I was in a group that had half that amount. We met in the middle of the day, and it's just messed with our work schedule. It's 7:30 to 8:30, and then we get our work schedule out from there. And so it's a great way to just really supercharge your mind to focus on what you're going to be doing for the week, for the month, and for the year. But also then, how you can, not just about I need to get business, I need to get clients, but how I can really start actively looking to help these other business owners
providing
grow.
value.
Yeah, providing value and helping them be growing their clientele business. So.
Yeah, so if you're just 1 out of 39 and you find yourself helping these other 39, they'll subconsciously at least be in debt to you, and they'll see you as, look, this is someone who's not a taker, he's a giver, and it'll be second nature to be like Healthy Carpet Care, that they're a great company ran by great people kind of thing. So I'm also a big fan of networking groups. Yeah,
that's great. It's great people and great companies, right? Like another thing Joe Polish said, I mean, there's just so many quotes, but one thing, that really stands out to me is it's so true though, that life, I'm quoting Joe Polish here, but life gives to the giver and takes from the taker. So let's really work on always looking for ways to improve our giving powers.
Exactly. If you're always holding on, you're never going to be able to receive. So that's what I was told.
That's great. That's a great way to put it as well. So
because I'm poor. I was raised poor. I was mentally poor. I'm only now starting to become wealthy mentally. And one of the biggest things I had to overcome was the closed fist. I want everything. If there's anything, I need it. I'm hungry. I need it. I need this. But now I realize that if I'm desperate for everything like that and I'm not willing to give, the chances aren't coming to me, or the opportunities aren't going to come as fast anymore. And the more you are a giver, the more you're going to receive, is what I've found. Yeah, and I mean, we're constantly getting work from this network group every month, right?
And it's just amazing that I even find that it's not even about all the time necessarily that I give a good 1-minute commercial or I make things better. But all of that is important. But I think it's also just the fact I'm present and I'm there, and they can see me, and we're all connecting and talking, collaborating, and doing a whole lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So at a networking group, at least Ben Business Networking, you get 40 people. Each person gets a minute to talk about what they do and maybe what they need from the rest of the group. And while everyone else is going, you're making notes like, all right, Susie needs this. I know someone, I can toss them this.
Yeah.
And they're all doing the same thing for you. If you haven't asked, they'll write it down. Okay, well, Tim needs this. I think I know somebody.
Well, in fact, it's just, and then what I like that's really awesome too is that we have that Slack application. And like just yesterday, I was like, I need to find someone who makes custom gift baskets, because we're trying to put that together. That when we're done, we leave the house, we leave them with a little special something, like a spot or some shoe covers. How about some doggy biscuits for their dog? Stuff like that.
Do the dogs get shoe covers too? Little boot.
You know what? It's funny. They do. They have that on the internet, but I think we realized that I would talk to some of our clients, and they would. The clients would be like, they would just rip them off.
Exactly, 100%. There's no way.
Because the client may love it, but not the dog wouldn't.
No, it'd be cute for a picture. That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, do you have any final words of wisdom for anybody looking to start their own business? Maybe just service-based business, because that's what you have. Or maybe more, but do you have any words of wisdom?
I would just say there's so much blessings in it that if you really want to have that freedom and to have that power to call your own shots and be responsible for your own money and not, I think that's one thing I learned when unfortunately, that recession happened in 2008. I was thinking that the company had my back, but they didn't, because I didn't know, what their whole business model was. And so I realized that, I want to make my business model happen. And I think the other thing is a lot of courage, but I think it's about hanging out with people that have already been successful and learning from them. That's another reason I really like this group we're in. And I think it's all about being in the right networking group, working with finding the right clients, finding the right partners to partner up with, whether it's a marketing project or you're starting to hire and stuff. So that I would say just, again, be great at your craft, set yourself a vision, and do one thing. I'll say this one thing I need to actually get back into is set maybe at least one day a week, and get up, if you do yoga or meditate or whatever it is, or you go on a morning walk, but then find yourself a place with no distractions and do a 50-minute focus finder. And I would say you could probably go on YouTube and type 50-minute focus finder, Dean Jackson, one of the other guys with Joe Polish on Piranha Marketing, 50-minute focus finder. And he talks about it, I think, for 50 minutes. And there's just a lot of cool gems there. So
sweet. Well, what about, would you ever say, hey, Joe Smith, I don't think starting a business is right for you? Would you ever caution people away from starting their own business? Or are there any hidden pitfalls that you're like, wow, I wish I would have, before starting this business, I wish I would have known how hard this thing was?
Right. Joe Polish has a story, because Joe Polish actually started off as a carpet cleaner.
Oh, no.
When you start to, especially when you listen to the first episode of I Love Marketing, he tells about his story, that he started out as a dead broke carpet cleaner living off credit cards. And it's almost like he was paying to work. He says he said the smarter thing was just to be broke and stay at home watching TV, snacking on junk or whatever. But then he found out he was able to, he talked about meeting this person who's a very successful real estate agent. And he said, this carpet cleaning thing ain't working out for me. I want to do what you do. And he goes, well, is there anybody that's successful in your industry? And he goes, well, yeah, there's a company, in fact, out of Phoenix, Arizona. They do $1 million a year. This is back in the early 90s, which was a lot to him back then. And then he goes, well, then there's something not wrong with the business you're in. It's you that is what's wrong. And that really, was hard for him at first. But then he really thought about it. He goes, I think he has a point.
Yeah.
So then he got a copywriter that eventually made what is known as the Consumer Awareness Guide to Carpet Cleaning. And then he started his Piranha Marketing, and he was able at first to, be able to be successful and start making huge amounts every month that he never did before. He learned direct response. Then he was able to start teaching other cleaners that, and that's kind of how he got his consulting company, which now has this huge company, Genius Network, that works with so many high-end entrepreneurs, from Richard Branson to Peter Diamandis, a lot of people like that. And so I would, hopefully I'm answering the question, but it's all about that you want to learn. I mean, I think, what is the thing? The third one way of learning is through School of Hard Knocks. Much better way of learning is learn from other and what mistakes they made, and they're telling you don't do that.
Yeah.
And even the best way of learning that I'm starting to learn as I do my 1 minutes and once in a while I'll do a 10-minute presentation at the Business Networking is teaching others.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best thing. I would say that any naysayers out there, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, I say, forget any naysayings out there. Forget that. Just, focus on finding out who's been successful at what you do and how they do what they do to be successful.
Yeah.
I guess
well, like what you say with Polish is that,
I would say that's a great way to start. Yeah.
He was not a bum, but he was not doing much with his life and losing money doing this until someone gave him the hard news of reality, saying it's your fault that you're not successful. And I think that was with me too. It really got me going. I was literally a homeless bum, and I got look at myself in the mirror and said, this is my fault, my responsibility. I need to grab myself, tighten my boots, tighten my buckle, and just start moving forward. And when I started my business in 2019 compared to now 2025, I'm not the same person.
Wow.
I'm not a great, but I'm so many steps above where I was in 2019. And I'm forever thankful that starting the business and actually doing the hard work, it grew me as a person. And I don't know if maybe down the line I'll have a consulting company or I'll do this or I'll
right,
do that. You know,
right.
Joe, he didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I think I like too, by the way, a book that has really summed up these last 2 years for me, and it's why I'm in Ben Business Networking. That's why I have an excellent SEO team backing us for internet marketing. It's about who, not how. That's by Dan Sullivan. Dr. Benjamin Hardy authored it. So it's called Who, Not How. So it's not about like what or how am I going to get to this next level of success? I'm here. I want to be here. But who's going to help me? Who are the right who's, though? That's critical. Who are the right who's that are going to help me get there faster, achieve my goals faster? Have what Joe Polish calls, I'm glad I remembered to say this, you want to have an ELF business, not a half business. Now, what is ELF?
Yeah.
That stands for easy, lucrative, and fun.
What else?
You don't want a half business, which is hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating. Nothing's perfect, of course, but the goal is to always try to do more ELF projects. Do more ELF ways of running your business and try to stay away from as much half stuff as you can. So again, I just say start with the first episode of I Love Marketing for anyone who's considering whether it's a product they want to sell or it's a local service they want to get into.
Good. I love how much information there is out on the internet. And speaking of that, where can people find you online? You got healthycarpetcare.com.
Right. Yeah, well, again, our main phone number is 541-788-4450. That will get you to Ken, my father, and he is just great about answering any questions, guiding people through what they can expect when they have us over for their free evaluation, and then what they can expect from there. But also, you can just Google us, Healthy Carpet Care, Bend, Oregon, and we service the whole Deschutes County here. So we'll go up as far as Crooked River Ranch and as far south as Sun River and kind of everything in between, like Redmond, Sisters. And so, we were based out of Bend, and we're just here to keep it local and keep a personal concern and care to just be there for anybody's carpet, air deck, and the other services that we talked about, any of those needs. So.
Too easy. Well, big thanks for Tim for keeping it real and showing us what a long-term reputation-based business looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you're on year 1 or year 10, there's something to learn from people just like Tim here. So appreciate you tuning in, everybody. And until next time, venture on. I want everything. If there's anything, I need it. I'm hungry. I need it.
Yeah.
I need this.